The forest had secrets. Ravenwood sat at its edge, a town small enough to disappear on a map, yet old enough that shadows clung to its streets and whispered in the wind. Aylin Sinclair returned for the first time in 10 years, drawn by a letter she didn't understand. Her grandmother's estate, hidden on the far side of town, waited like a relic of another age. The train ride had been silent, save for the occasional whistle echoing against mountains. Her hands gripped the suitcase, her mind replaying dreams she hadn't dared to tell anyone, dreams of a wolf under the moon, calling her name. As she stepped onto the platform, she felt it immediately, eyes watching, not human eyes, golden, predatory, yet protective. Night fell, and Aylin's path to the estate led her along a narrow trail that twisted into the forest. Mist curled around ancient trees. Her heart quickened. Then a figure emerged, tall, dark, imposing, eyes gold in the moonlight. Cale Draven. "Turn back," he said. His voice was low, but there was no malice, only warning. I can't," Aylin said. "This is my home." His gaze softened, flickered with something older than time. The bond snapped into place between them, ancient, violent, magnetic. Kyle stepped forward, hesitating. "You carry Luna blood," he murmured. "The blood of wolves. It chooses the Alpha, and the Alpha chooses you." Aylin's breath caught. Her dreams, the pull she had felt in forests and shadows, it was real. "You're saying I'm special?" she asked, but Kyle shook his head. "Dangerous," he corrected. "For yourself and for others. Once bonded, your life will never be ordinary." The forest hummed around them. Even the wind seemed to wait. The moon rose high, silver and unforgiving. Kale's body shifted before her eyes, muscles tightening, bones elongating, fur rippling. The Alpha she had dreamed of stood before her, powerful, untamed, yet fiercely protective. Aylin didn't run. She felt the pull in her chest, the ancient connection. She realized that her fate, her heart, was already entwined with his. Cale knelt, wolf eyes meeting hers. "You're mine," he whispered, not as a threat, but as a promise. And in that moment, under the full moon, everything changed. The next morning, Ravenwood seemed ordinary again. Children played in the streets. Shopkeepers opened shutters, but shadows lingered where light barely touched. Aylin tried to sleep, but dreams plagued her. Wolves running through forests, Cale's voice calling, a warning she could not understand. She rose, drawn to the forest, and there he was, waiting. Human now, with a tension in his posture that spoke of storms beneath calm. Cale led her to a hidden clearing, where stone pillars rose from mossy ground. The Nightclaw pack gathered. Wolves circled at the edges, their eyes golden, green, silver. "She's a risk. You cannot claim her. She carries the blood of prophecy. She is the Luna blood." Cale's jaw clenched. "She is under my protection. I choose her." Silence fell. The pack knew the stakes. Any Alpha who claimed a Luna blood risked war, betrayal, and power lost, and Cale had already made his choice. Night fell again. Moonlight spilled into the clearing, bathing the forest in silver. Cale approached, closer than the last time, human hands reaching for hers. "Do you trust me?" he asked. Aylin swallowed, heart pounding. I don't know if I can, but I feel like I must." The Alpha nodded, understanding. Slowly, carefully, he pressed his forehead to hers. A warmth spread between them, tangled with magic, fate, and desire. The bond awakened. The forest trembled. Wolves howled in recognition. Not all were pleased. Across the forest, Kyle, a rival Alpha, watched through shadows. He had waited decades for a chance to claim power, and the Luna blood had always been a legend, until now. "Bring her to me," Cale growled, "and take the Alpha with her, alive or dead." Aylin didn't know yet that she was the catalyst of a war centuries in the making. And Cale? He would do anything to protect her, even if it meant breaking every rule of the pack. Later, Cale guided Aylin to a quiet stream deep in the forest. Moonlight danced on the water. He shifted into wolf form again, letting her feel the strength, the protection, the raw heartbeat of the beast within him. Aelin reached out, running her fingers along his fur. She felt alive, safe, and terrified all at once. "You're not human," she whispered. "No," Kyle replied softly, "but you are my heart." The words echoed in the night, carrying across the trees, stirring the wind and awakening forces she had yet to understand.
The forest did not sleep. It breathed. Leaves trembled even when there was no wind. The earth held memory in its roots, and the moon watched everything patient, eternal. Eileen felt it now. The pull. It tugged at her chest like an invisible thread, drawing her deeper into the woods where Kale waited. Every step felt like a choice she had already made long ago. The Luna blood does not awaken all at once. It remembers first. Kale stood beside the river, his back turned, shoulders tense. The Alpha sensed her before she spoke. "You shouldn't be here alone," he said quietly. "I followed the pull," Eileen admitted. "It won't leave me alone." Kale turned. His golden eyes softened, but beneath them was fear, raw and unguarded. "That pull is the bond forming," he said. "Once it settles, there's no breaking it." Eileen stepped closer. "And if I don't want to break it?" The silence stretched. Kale reached out, fingers hovering near her wrist. "Then you belong to my protection. No wolf may touch you. No Alpha may claim you. And you, I would die before I let harm find you." The words were not dramatic. They were law. He pressed his thumb gently to her pulse. Heat flared, sharp, electric. A crescent-shaped mark bloomed faintly on her skin, glowing silver before fading. Eileen gasped. "What did you do?" Kale swallowed. "I marked you, not as possession, as protection." Somewhere in the forest, wolves howled. Not in challenge, in acknowledgement. Kalen, the rival wolf, had waited a long time. He watched from the high ridge, his crimson eyes burning with hunger as the mark flared and faded on Eileen's skin. "The Luna blood," he murmured. At last. Kalen was older than Kale, stronger in brute force. His pack, the Blood Fangs, ruled through fear and dominance. Where Kale ruled through loyalty, Kalen ruled through pain. "She should be mine," Kalen growled. "And he should be dead." The Nightclaw Elder came at dawn. Her silver hair fell loose down her back, eyes clouded with centuries of memory. "You have broken ancient restraint," she said to Kale. "You marked her before the moon chose." "I chose," Kale replied. The Elder turned to Eileen. "Do you know what it means to be Luna blood?" Eileen shook her head. "It means you are not prey," the Elder said gently. "You are balance. Without you, wolves descend into savagery. With you, empires rise and fall." Eileen's breath caught. "I never wanted this." "No one ever does," the Elder replied. "But the moon does not ask permission." That night, Eileen dreamed again. She ran on 4 legs through moonlit forest. Wind tore through fur. Power thrummed in her chest. Ahead of her ran Kale, wolf form massive and powerful. They leapt rivers, dodged shadows. Then blood stained the snow. Eileen woke up screaming. Kale was already there, gripping her shoulders. "You saw it," he whispered. "The war." She nodded, tears slipping down her cheeks. "Someone dies." Kale pulled her into his chest. "Not you. Never you." But the bond whispered otherwise. The blood moon rose red and swollen. Kalen did not wait. The forest erupted in chaos, howls ripping through the night. Bloodfawn wolves stormed Nightclaw territory, claws tearing through bark and bone alike. Kale shifted mid-run, bones snapping, fur exploding across skin. He roared a sound that shook the trees. "Eileen, stay back," he commanded through the bond. But Luna blood does not hide. She stood at the edge of the clearing as wolves collided, silver light blooming around her without her willing it. Kalen, the rival wolf, stepped forward, massive, scarred, eyes burning red. "Give her to me," he snarled. "And I will spare your pack." Kale stepped between them. "You will never touch her." The 2 alphas clashed. Fangs, claws, blood. Eileen screamed as Kale was thrown against a tree, bark exploding on impact. Something inside her broke. The moonlight bent toward Eileen. Her blood burned. Silver fire erupted from her skin, forcing the wolves back. Even Kaelin staggered, eyes wide with shock. "She awakens," he whispered. "Impossible." Eileen stepped forward, voice echoing unnaturally. "This ends now." Kaelin laughed, until the ground beneath him cracked. For the first time in centuries, a Luna commanded the moon itself. The blood fangs retreated. The forest lay torn and silent. Kale collapsed beside Eileen, shifting back into human form, blood streaking his skin. She knelt, cradling his face. "Stay with me." His hand found hers weakly. "I told you. I'd protect you." She pressed her forehead to his. "You don't get to leave me." The bond pulsed bright, unyielding. Kale's wounds closed slowly, painfully. The Luna blood had chosen. Days passed. Eileen learned control. Kale healed. The pack rebuilt. At night, they sat by the fire, hands entwined. "You're changing everything," Kale said quietly. "So are you," Eileen replied. "You loved when you weren't supposed to." He smiled sadly. "That may cost me my crown." She met his gaze. "Then I'll stand beside you without one." The moon watched, satisfied. But someone wasn't, and would never be. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.